Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be walking you guys through my skincare routine that I've been doing over the past couple years that's helped me transform my skin from this to this. So I will let you guys know ahead of time that I would self-proclaim my skin as being in the normal to dry type category. I would say in general my skin is very normal, but in my T-zone, a little bit oily, but then also a little bit of dryness, so maybe actually combo skin. Now that I'm speaking that out loud, I would probably actually have combo skin. So yeah, I have that oily T-zone, but the rest of my skin either normal or dry. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of my favorite skincare products that I use, the order that I use them in, and then also providing you guys links in the bottom or in the description box of this video. So without further ado, we can go ahead and hop into this video. Okay, you guys, so these right here are all of the products that I ever use on my face in the order that I use them on as well. So this right here is the face mask that I like to use. It is by Temi Blends. I believe this was about $25, which a bit more on the expensive side for the size that you get, but it lasts a super long time, so I will definitely be repurchasing this when I'm done. These are the cleansers that I use after I use my face mask. So if I want a really deep clean, this right here is African black soap. So I use this, but I never use it more than one day in a row. So if I use it one day, then I will use it the following day. So, and that being said, I also do not use African black soap and my lactic acid serum on the same day. So that is something to be aware of as well. But typically after I cleanse my face, I will follow that up with my serum right here. This is the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 serum by The Ordinary. This is the absolute bomb. One of my favorite things to ever use. And then the final thing that I use on my face, just my moisturizer. I use the Moisture Surge, the 100-hour one by Clinique. It is so hydrating. I feel like it is perfect for my skin. So yeah, these are all of the little products that I use. Okay everyone, so the first step whenever I'm doing my 5-step skincare routine is this green face mask by Temi Blends. So I did mention in the intro that it is a bit more on the expensive side. I double checked on it. It is $30, which in the grand scheme of things, with the size of this is 6.5 ounces and it's lasted me forever. I would honestly say that it is definitely worth the price, so ignore what I said about it being a little bit more on the expensive side earlier. But typically when I use this, I just go ahead and dampen my entire face, really just pat water on there and then go ahead and apply this evenly across my skin and then let that sit for 15 to 20 minutes and then I go ahead and rinse that off. So I'm gonna go ahead, dampen my face and then apply this, and then I'll check in with you guys after this is dried. So I have my face pretty covered with this. The instructions on here say to leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes and to also use this 1 to 4 times weekly. I typically use this once or twice a week, I would say, and I leave it on for probably closer to 20 to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit and then I will be back once this is dried so we can rinse this off and then cleanse my face too. Okay guys, so my face mask is completely dry now, as you guys can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this off of my face and then move on to the cleansing portion. So alright everyone, so after I rinse off the face mask, I go ahead and use my cleanser, which is either my African black soap right here or this tea tree face wash from Trader Joe's. They're both very inexpensive. I want to say you can get both for under $10. So with the African black soap, I would say that this is super good for cleansing. I would say that this would give you a really deep clean, but it is a bit more on the harsh side. So if you have sensitive skin or if you just don't necessarily have a lot that needs to be cleansed, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using this. But with the Trader Joe's soap, This is very safe and effective for like a daily clean, I would say. And like I mentioned earlier with the African black soap, I don't use it with the lactic acid, which I do follow up the Trader Joe's soap with, just because I feel like this is too harsh to use together. So if I use the African black soap and then use my lactic acid, I can definitely feel my skin burning. So for today, because I feel like I just need like a daily clean type thing, my skin doesn't necessarily feel too dirty, and I also definitely want to use my lactic acid today because I do have some acne scars. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Trader Joe's soap. So with this, again, I just go ahead and dampen my face, and then the trick that I learned, I want to say maybe a year or two ago, was to sit there and really work the soap into your face for at least 60 seconds. So you can count it out, set a timer on your phone, but you really want to focus on getting all that cleansing into your pores and making sure that you're cleaning everything out. Okay, so after I finish cleansing my skin, I like to pat my face dry with a towel, and then I apply my The Ordinary Lactic Acid 10% plus HA Serum. I get this at Ulta for $7, so this is super affordable. I do use this, I would say, maybe within the 4 to 5 times a week range. Not something that I use every day like the other serum that I'm going to show you next, but this is really good just for evening out your skin tone. I feel like this does possibly burn a little bit if you have skin that is more on the sensitive side, so that is something just to be aware of if you don't want your skin burning. But personally, I feel like this does a really good job of exfoliating your skin. This serum is more on the watery side, so I like to just apply a few drops and then kind of rub them in as I go, just because with this serum, unlike the other one, it does drip pretty easily. The other one is a bit more viscous, a bit thicker, so it doesn't run down your face the way that this one does. But I just go ahead and rub/pat this into my skin, and then I let this dry before applying my other serum as well. Okay, so after the lactic acid serum has absorbed into my skin and completely dried, I go in with the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5 serum by The Ordinary. So that is this little one right here. I use this every single day, and this is definitely my favorite product to use on my skin. I feel like it does a really good job of providing like a layer of moisture, but also evening out your skin tone at the same time. So mine is basically empty, as you guys can tell, so I'm gonna have to kind of pour this onto my face, but I would say that this serum is definitely thicker than the other one. I have probably like a drop. So this one is definitely thicker than the other serum. So with this, let's see if, yep, I can get some out. So it doesn't quite run down your skin the same way as the other one. As you guys can see how thick this is. It's definitely like almost like a jelly type consistency, but this is definitely my favorite thing to use. You do not need a whole lot of it, and this I believe is around the $7 mark as well. So definitely affordable, and if you don't use this already, I definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, you guys, so the final product that I use in my skincare routine is this Clinique 100 Hour Moisture Surge Face Moisturizer. And this is the only product I have that actually is on the more expensive side for the size and just what you're getting in general. So this little 1 ounce container was $25, and looking on my phone, it looks like you can get a 4.2 ounce one, which is the biggest size you could get, for $79. So this definitely is a bit more pricey, but in my opinion, for what it does to my skin, it is definitely worth the price. So this definitely is like a jelly type consistency. So before I bought this, I had actually never seen a face moisturizer that had this type of consistency. I'd always used like creams kind of stuff in that kind of category, but this is definitely like, I don't really know how to describe the texture of it. It's almost closer to like a serum in texture than to like a cream or anything like that, but you don't need a whole lot. I usually just take a little dollop, put it between my fingers, and then apply it to my face. And I do typically like to use this at night just because it is, I want to say, a bit more on the thicker side and takes a little bit to absorb into your skin. Not a whole lot of time, but just a little bit longer to absorb in than some of the other moisturizers that I've used in the past. But once it does absorb into your skin, you can't even tell it's there, and I feel like it does a really good job of just providing like a layer of moisture that kind of stays there until you wash your face again. So I definitely love this. Even though it is a bit more on the more expensive side, it's definitely worth the price in my opinion. So the actual last thing that I do after doing all that stuff to my face is put on a lip oil. So this right here, the little logo got rubbed off, but this is just a little lip oil that I got from ColourPop. Got it at Ulta. Super nice. It doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of color to it, but I feel like it just adds a little bit of something to your lips at the end. It definitely moisturizes. Obviously, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have color to it. They do have lip oils that do come with more of a tint to it, but this one I just wanted something more on the nude side, but I just like to apply that, rub it in, and then good to go after that. Okay, you guys, so that is all I had for today's video. Thank you so much for staying tuned throughout the entire thing, and if you guys used any of the products that I use as well, I would love to hear how you guys like them, and if you guys have a Holy Grail product that I didn't mention that you would like to share with me so that I can know about it too, definitely feel free to leave that in the comment box below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!